Hello and welcome to the Hart House Theatre's Classical Theatre Slam. My name is Sabrina Weinstein and I am a fifth year student in the specialist program at the Center for Drama, Theatre and Performance Studies at U of T, and I'm studying with a focus on performance and directing. I'm also the president of the U of T Drama Coalition, which works very closely with Hart House Theatre and U of T Spotlight, and I also happen to be the winner of the first ever Hart House monologue competition, so that's fun. Really excited to be hosting this event, which has been put together by U of T Spotlight. U of T Spotlight is a student initiative that runs out of Hart House Theatre that is designated to enhance the engagement of students from all three campuses in theatre activities outside of the classroom. Spotlight organizes and runs a workshop series, the annual playwriting competition, professional consultancy, and mentorship opportunities, as well as supporting all the programming being produced by Hart House Theatre. So welcome to the Slam. Hart House Theatre's Classical Theatre Slam is a new initiative that is being designed to engage emerging theatre performances and performers with U of T students and also from around the world, I guess, in a virtual showcase. The Slam is a fun performance opportunity for theatre artists of all experience levels to increase accessibility and inclusivity in the theatre community and provide students and emerging artists with a chance to share their passion for performance while competing for awards and prizes. Before we get started today, I want to give a land acknowledgement. We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto and Hart House Theatre operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. Please take a moment to yourself to acknowledge the ancestors of the land in which you are joining us from today. If you are unsure of the land that you are currently situated on, which land that belongs to, we invite you to use native-land.ca to find that out. So, how this night will run. Before this process, we got so many submissions from across U of T, across the emerging artist scene of people giving in their auditions for this slam, and the judges have shortlisted a group of performances for tonight's live broadcast. After we see some of these performances from our talented performers, our judges will announce winners and prizes, and there will also be an intermission during the event halfway through. We really encourage you all to stay engaged in the comments. Viewers and observers are so encouraged to engage with the performances openly in the live chat, but we ask that you do not critique the performances in the chat, but more welcoming and engaging and encouraging shout outs. So no throwing virtual tomatoes or heckles. I'm also really excited by our incredible panel of judges that we've got for this slam. The first of which is Amaka Umeh. Let me just wait for the picture to come up. There we go. Amaka Umeh uses she, her, and they, them pronouns, and they are a gender-fluid Takaranto-based storyteller of Nigerian, Igbo, and Ikwer origin. A graduate of musical theater performance program at the Randolph Academy for Performing Arts, she explores the provocative, liberatory, and transformative powers of investigating truth through imagination and pretense, while wrestling with the limitations of the spoken word as a vehicle for communication and understanding. Their work has been generously recognized with a Dora Maver Moore Award, a Toronto Theatre Critics Association Award, and 2 My Entertainment World Critic Pick Award nominations. Amaka also completed the Stratford Festival Birmingham Conservatory for Classical Theatre, Factory Theatre's Mechanicals, and the Toronto Fringe's Tent programs. Some selected credits that they wish to share are Helena in A Midsummer's Night Dream in the Stratford Festival, audiobook narration for Butter Honey Pig Bread, 00 in The Wolves, Abigail in A Christmas Carol, Spiker in James and the Giant Peach. Next, we have Kaitlyn Riordan. And there she is. Kaitlyn is a settler on this land of Irish and French descent who lives in Takaranto. She is a 4-time Dora-nominated actress and playwright. Her play, 1939, co-written with Janny Luazon, will premiere at the Stratford Festival in 2022. Her feminist adaptation, Portia's Julius Caesar, was produced by Shakespeare in the Rough in 2018 and then at Hart House in 2019. And upcoming, she will be acting in Orphan Song at Tarragon Theatre. Lastly, we have Paolo Santalucia. Paolo is an award-winning theater artist from Toronto, and I'm still waiting for the picture. There we go. He is a graduate of the Soulpepper Academy and has been a member of Soulpepper Theatre's ensemble for 11 seasons, performing in just under 30 productions. Paolo also performed in theaters across Canada and the United States, including Canadian Stage, Tarragon Theatre, Theatre Passe-Muraille, The Grand, Manitoba Theatre for Young People, Young People's Theatre, Chicago, and off-Broadway in the Pershing Square Signature Center in 2 New York Times Critics' Picks winning productions. Paolo is the co-founder of the award-winning Howland Company, where he currently remains as one of its key artistic leaders. Paolo also teaches classical performance with the University of Toronto's Theatre and Drama Studies program. In addition, Paolo has written numerous adaptations of seminal works in development with Soulpepper Theatre, Tarragon, and the Howland Company. Paolo is the recipient of 2 Dora Mavor Moore Awards in acting, 1 nomination for direction, and has been shortlisted for the John Hirsch Award for directing. So incredible people that are going to be our panel and judging these incredible performances tonight. So I think we're just about ready to start the slam. The 10 finalists are about to not only perform for the judges, but as well for all of you watching at home. But they will also be competing for 3 adjudicated awards. Eternal glory. That's what awaits the students who participate in the Hart House Classical Theatre Slam. Let's do it. Our first contestant, or finalist, I don't know if they're contestants or finalists, I guess they're all of the above, is Max Levy. Max is a 2L student at the University of Toronto's Faculty of Law. As an undergraduate at U of T, Max was deeply involved in the Trinity College Dramatic Society and acted in several productions, including 12 Angry Jurors as juror number 6, Rope as Charles Granillo, How I Learned to Drive as Uncle Peck, and No Accent as Vincent Crado, the last of which he also directed. Max was also involved with the St. Michael's College Troubadours and starred as John Proctor in its production of The Crucible. Upon graduating, he was honored to receive the Crystal Pear Award for outstanding contribution to the Trinity College Dramatic Society and dedication to the dramatic arts within the University of Toronto. He is streaming from Toronto and will be performing Shylock from The Merchant of Venice. Max, are you there?
I'm there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be involved and alongside a bunch of really talented performers, and I'm excited to get going.
I'm excited to see it. What made you choose this monologue?
I think that I found it really layered and, elements of playfulness and an undercurrent of pain, and there was a lot to play with. I tend to be drawn to, I think, more angsty monologues, so it was nice to kind of switch it up, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And also, I'm Jewish, so I have some, personal connection, I guess, to the character, and it's been interesting to see his representation kind of evolve from a classic villain to a more sympathetic character, and I like investigating what's kind of going on underneath. So
for sure. All right, well, I'm so excited to see it. Take it away.
Signor Antonio, many a time, and oft in the Rialto, you have rated me about my moneys and my usances. Still have I borne it with a patient shrug, for sufferance is the badge of all our tribe. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit upon my Jewish gabardine, and all for use of that which is mine own. Well then, it now appears that you need my help. Go to then. You come to me and you say, Shylock, we would have monies. You say so. You Let it void your room upon my beard, and foot me as you spurn a stranger cur over your threshold. Money's is your suit. What should I say to you? Should I not say, hath a dog money? Is it possible a cur can lend 3,000 ducats? Or should I bend low, and in a bondman's key with bated breath and whispering humbleness say this? Fair sir, you spit on me Wednesday last. You spurned me such a day. Another time you called me dog. And for these courtesies, I'll lend you thus much monies. That's it.
That was fantastic. Congrats, Max. I really love that. I loved the you had such a pull to you. It was very like I couldn't tear myself away from watching you. So congrats on that. That was great.
Thank you.
All
I'm
right.
glad you did it. All right.
All right. Good luck. All right, so our next finalist is Chloë Rose Flowers. Chloë is a Toronto-based actor, director, and playwright. She is currently in her 4th year in the University of Toronto's Drama, Theatre, and Performance Studies Specialist program. Chloë has a passion for bringing classical, historical, and mythological stories into the realm of the present. She's going to be streaming from Toronto and will be performing Cassandra from Agamemnon. All right, Chloë, let's get you in here.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Chloë. Well, I'm really excited to see this because I got the honor of seeing you do this live on stage. We were in Agamemnon together.
That we were. Yeah, I'm really excited to be revisiting Cassandra.
What made you choose to go back to this monologue?
It's a good question. It's been quite a few years since we did Agamemnon, and I feel like I've grown as a performer. So I wanted to revisit the piece. I really loved playing Cassandra back when we did the show together in 2019. And it was really interesting and fun to explore it from a completely different lens. So it's been a really, really cool piece to revisit.
Well, I'm so excited to see it. Whenever you're ready, take it away.
Thank you. Apollo, I can feel the shock waves of my own death coming towards me. Oh, Apollo, snatch me away somehow, this lion woman who coupled with a wolf in her lord's absence. She will kill me. She has wetted the bronze. Like a witch mashing her herbs, she swears to make her husband's brain whirl, pouring my blood into his, mixing our blood together in the same vat. Corpses together. Since we arrived together. Get away from me! Oh, I curse you as you have cursed me. Oh, let Apollo look upon this. Go, give some other foolish woman this glorious gift of misery. It made the god happy to see me laughed at and jeered at, mocked as a frightener, some hysterical actress with a mad whisper, a brain-damaged girl hallucinating, dolled up in this occult regalia bestowed by Apollo. I bore all this derision. And now Apollo, who gave me this one painful sparkle from his own huge blaze of foreknowledge, trips me up in a twist of history. Into this abattoir, pushes me sprawling to vomit his gift here on these bloody floors. My last gasp of the incredible. No, this is where disbelief will finally desert me. No longer mocked a seer, pitied at my father's hearth, but a carcass chopped on a block. A butcher's block that is already oily and warm. I finished with tears, finished with prophecy, and the pitiless designs of fate. Finished with Troy and the wills of the gods. Death is my new life. Let me welcome it. Thank you so much.
Death is my new life. That was fantastic, Chloe. I thought your text was so clear. I really understood all the thoughts.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you so much for that performance. Best of luck.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the amazing performances yet to come.
Good to see you, Chloe. All right. Our next performer is Liam Peter Donovan. Liam is a theater artist from Toronto, currently in his third year of being a student at the university, and is a project assistant on the Digital Dramaturgy Lab's Squared Xseed project, Play Strong. He is grateful for this opportunity and will be playing the full role of Edmund in a production of King Lear next month. He's streaming from Toronto and will be performing Edmund from King Lear. Liam, let's get you in here.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great. Can I just say I'm so happy you're doing this. You're doing such a great job. This is great.
Thank you. So you're going to be Edmund and King Lear coming up. How's that going? Are you excited?
Oh yeah, I mean, it should be a good time. I gotta say, like, he lies so much, so I'm doing the one monologue where he's a little bit honest.
Well, I'm excited to see what truth you will bring to it.
We'll see.
Or perhaps we'll see what you do. Whenever you're ready.
Sure. Thou, nature, art my goddess. To thy law my services are bound. Wherefore should I stand in the plague of custom and permit the curiosity of nations to deprive me, for that I am some 12 or 14 moonshines lag of a brother? Why, bastard? Wherefore base? When my dimensions are as well compact, my mind as generous, and my shape as true as honest madam's issue, why brand they us with base? With baseness, bastardy, base? Base, who in the lusty stealth of nature take more composition and fierce quality than doth, within a dull, stale, tired bed, go to the creating a whole tribe of fops got tween sleep and wake. Well then, legitimate Edgar, I must have your land. Our father's love is to the bastard Edmund as to the legitimate. Fine word, legitimate. Well, my legitimate, if this letter speed and my invention thrive, Edmund the base shall top the legitimate. I grow, I prosper. Now, gods, stand up for bastards. Thank you.
Fantastic. Can you say legitimate again like you did?
Legitimate.
Well, that's not how you said it,
Hey,
but
I said it 4 times.
fantastic. I'd say that was a legitimate performance.
All right, thanks so much, Sabrina.
All right, thanks, Liam. Good luck. All right, we're speeding along. Our next performer is Kaitlyn Tedesco. Kaitlyn is an actor and director from Toronto. She attended McGill University, where she obtained both a BA and a 6 scar on her leg from a stage combat mishap. I'm very curious to find out more about that. She has seen extraordinary things happen in digital theater spaces and is excited to continue pushing the boundaries of our art. She's streaming from Toronto and will be performing Helena from All's Well That Ends Well. Hi, Kaitlyn.
Hi.
Please tell me more about the scar.
It is a beloved scar. It was from a spear that was supposed to obviously go to one side of the leg and not directly into it, but I'm so glad that it did ultimately.
Oh no. Well, if that you've always got to have a scar from stage combat. It's bound to happen.
Are you Shakespeareing unless you don't have a scar from stage
Yes,
combat?
try. All right, well, I'm so excited to see your Helena. Take it away.
Thank you. Oh, were that all? I think not on my father. And these great tears grace his remembrance more than those I shed for him. What was he like? I have forgot him. My imagination carries no favor in't, but Bertram's. I am undone. There is no living, none if Bertram be away. It were all one that I should love a bright particular star, and seek to wed it. He is so above me. In his great radiance and collateral light must I be comforted, not in his sphere. The ambition in my love thus plagues itself. The hind that would be mated to the lion must die for love. 'Twas pretty though a plague to see him every hour, to sit and draw his arched brow, his hawking eye, his curls in our heart's table, heart too capable of every line and trick of his sweet favor. But now he is gone, and my idolatrous fancy must sanctify his relics. Who comes here? One that goes with him. I love him for his sake, and yet I know him a notorious liar, think him a great way fool, solely a coward. Yet these fixed evils sit so fit in him that they take place where virtue's steely bones look bleak in the cold wind. Withal, full oft we see cold wisdom waiting on superfluous folly. So, bye. Hey, hold up. Thank you.
That was fantastic. I really loved how you used your whole space, even just like starting with on the wall, and then I really got such a sense of space, and like you weren't confined by like being on Zoom or anything. It was fantastic. Not that we're on Zoom, we're on StreamYards, but you know what I mean. That was really great.
We're always on Zoom, even when we're not on Zoom.
The world's a stage.
So true.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kaitlyn. Best of luck.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. And our last performer before our intermission is Aaron Conrad Clapperton. Aaron is a gay multidisciplinary theater artist specializing in acting, dance, and physical theater and creation. His philosophy as a person and artist is always focused on joy, compassion, and fulfillment. He's graduating from George Brown Theatre School's Classical Acting Conservatory, and his most notable achievement was playing the title role and Jupiter in Shakespeare's Cymbeline. I love Cymbeline. I played Imogen in Cymbeline, so that's great. Love that play. Upcoming projects include Blood Wedding, Engaged, Purgent, a sort of adaptation of Peer Gynt. And outside of George Brown, Aaron has appeared in the male ensemble Swing, in The Producers at the Lot, The Snake in The Trouble in the Garden, at the New Ideas Festival Alumni Theatre. He is streaming from Newmarket, Ontario, and will be performing Horatio from Hamlet. Hi, Aaron.
Hello, Sabrina. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. I'm so excited. What made you choose? I think you're doing a scene, aren't you?
Yes, with like a kind of a big chunk in the middle.
Oh, exciting. What made you choose this section?
I've always been inclined to a person like Horatio.
Mm-hmm.
I think his kindness is so crucial, and I think there hasn't been another Shakespeare character like Horatio that is so for his friend, and I think that's just a really noble character.
For sure. What ho, Horatio?
Exactly.
All right, well, I'm so excited to see this. Whenever you're ready.
Hey, thank you. My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father?
Season your admiration for a while, with an intent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of these gentlemen this marvel to you.
For God's love, let me hear.
2 nights together had these gentlemen, Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the dead waste and middle of the night been thus encountered. A figure like your father, armed at point, exactly capape, appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. Thrice he walked by their oppressed and fear-surprised eyes within his truncheon's length, whilst they, distilled almost to jelly with the act of fear, stand dumb and speak not to him. This to me in dreadful secrecy impart they did. And I with them the 3rd night kept the watch, where, as they had delivered, both in time, form of the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes. I knew your father. These hands are not more like.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watch.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, but answer made it none. Yet once methought it lifted up its head and did motion to address itself to motion, like as it would speak. But even then, the morning cock crew loud, and at the sound it shrunk and haste away and vanished from our sight.
'Tis very strange.
As I do live, my honored lord, 'tis true. And we did think it writ down in our duty to let you know of it.
Amazing. I could really feel the connection between you. Who was reading for you? I want to see them.
Yeah, come here.
Oh, no.
This is my brother's girlfriend named Courtney, and she's
Hello,
joining as
Courtney.
a reader. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you.
Fantastic performance from you too.
Thank you
It's just so refreshing to hear another voice in a dialogue. I could really feel the connection between you two, and I felt, Aaron, there was such a need to speak from you. So that was great.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Amazing. All right. Well, best of luck.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye. All right. And that brings us to our intermission. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back with the next half of our show. All right. And we're back. I hope everyone got some more popcorn over the intermission and that you're ready for 5 more incredible performances, because we're going to get right back into it with Ethan Verderber. Ethan is a first-year student with the University of Toronto, intent on specializing in drama, theatre, and performance studies and minoring in cinema studies. He's thankful for the opportunities that come so early in his time at the university and is looking forward to whatever's ahead. Streaming from Toronto, he will be performing The Watchmen from the Oresteia. Hi, Ethan.
Hey, Sabrina, how's it going?
Good. So nice to meet you. So I'm always so happy when there's first years in the drama program. It makes me believe that it will continue, which of course it will, but I'm graduating, so I feel like I don't know any of you.
Well, yeah, we'll do our best out here, but no guarantees.
Well, I'm so excited to see what you do with the Oresteia. So there's been so much Shakespeare. It's good to get some more Greek in there.
Yeah.
What made you choose this?
Well, in Drama 200, Performance 1, we started our classical unit with the start of the second semester, and the first thing we did was dive into different monologues from the Oresteia. When we did them in class, I picked one of Agamemnon's, and it just didn't quite feel right, and I was scrolling through later, and I saw this one, and I was like, I would love to give this a shot. So here we are now.
Fantastic. Classic Ken Gas. Love it. All right, we'll take it away.
All right, thank you so much. You gods in heaven, you have watched me here on this tower all night, every night, for 12 months. 13 moons tethered to the roof of this palace, like a dog. It is time to release me. I've stared long enough into this darkness for what never emerges. I'm sick of the constellations. That glittering parade of lofty rulers, night after night, a little bit earlier withholding from me the one thing that I wait for. Slow as torture. In the moon, wearisome, like watching the sea from a deathbed. Like watching the tide in its prison yard with its 2 turns in and out. In and out. I'm sick of the heavens. Sick of the darkness. The one light that I wait for never comes. Maybe it never will. A beacon flare that leaps from peak to peak, bringing the news from Troy. Victory. After 10 years. Victory. I wake, sodden with dew. I walk about to shift my aches. I lie down. The aches only harden worse. No dreams. No sleep. Only fear. Thank you.
That was fantastic, Ethan.
Thank
I
you so
completely
much.
forgot how much I love that monologue until I just heard you do it.
I
It's
love it
such
so
a great
much.
piece. It's a great piece for
Yeah.
you. I feel like there was such like that, the day in, day out, like just waiting for something to happen.
Mhm.
And then eventually that moment will come. And it was really, really great.
Well, thank you
Congrats
so
on
much.
that. All right. Well, best of luck.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Have fun with the
you.
rest of
Great
this.
to meet you. All right. And our next performer is Kaitlyn Gava. Kaitlyn is a performing artist who approaches each role, script, song, and day as an opportunity to illuminate her mind and heart. She is passionate about merging the connections between her music, theater, and acting studies into her work and performances. She values exploring music and sound to develop and unveil complexities within a character. Kaitlyn completed her HBA and diploma at the University of Toronto and Sheridan College's Theatre and Drama Studies program. And Kaitlyn would like to thank the Hart House Theatre and the UT Spotlight team for this opportunity. She's going to be streaming from Toronto and will be performing Brutus from Julius Caesar. Hi, Kaitlyn.
Hello. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What made you choose this piece?
Yeah, back in first year of university, I did a scene study with Julius Caesar for the first time, and Brutus was my character, and I just felt like I wanted to re-explore it. And this is a completely different monologue that I've always wanted to try.
Amazing. Well, I'm very excited to see it. I had a Caesar salad today, so I feel connected to it as well. All right, take it away, Kaitlyn.
All right, thank you very much. Together fall Caesar and Antony. Prevent to which all us annoyed are so stretch well made. Means is no man can try to shrew so well as Caesar of the luckiest. We shall find in him a shrewd contriver, and his means, if he improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent. Let Antony and Caesar fall together. It's backwards. Our course will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius. To cut the head off, and then hack the limbs like wrath and death and envy afterwards, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let's be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we then could come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar, but alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds. And let our hearts, as subtle mirrors do, stir up their reflections to an act of rage and after seem to chide him. This shall make our purpose necessary and not envious, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. For Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off. Thanks.
That was fantastic. I loved the beginning, I was very interested in your bio about you talking about like the music and sound. How did you create that for the beginning?
Yeah, I was thinking about the argument that Cassius is making just previous to this speech and how, he wants to kill Antony as well as Caesar and how that sounds kind of backwards. And then I was playing around with some sounds and the text before that and putting it in reverse.
Yeah. Well, it was great how it all mixed together. I really loved it. And I mean, you convinced me. I'm down for killing Caesar. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kaitlyn.
Thank you very
Best of
much.
luck. And our next performer will be Elijah Mucciaccio. Sorry. I'm a terrible Elijah Mucciaccio, I believe, but I will make sure that he corrects me on how to pronounce his name. But Elijah is a Toronto-based actor and musician of Italian and Polish-Ukrainian descent with a background in musical theater, devised physical theater, and on-camera acting. He will be performing Iago's How Am I Then a Villain soliloquy from Act 2, Scene 3 of Othello, streaming from Etobicoke. Hi, Elijah.
Hello there.
How do you pronounce your last name? I'm so sorry.
You actually nailed it perfectly.
Great. Well, great to meet you. Why did you pick to do this piece?
So Othello is one of my favorite Shakespearean plays, and Iago is just such a complicated, confusing, multi-layered character with so many different ways of going about playing him. And I just love the villain role in any story because I just always find it like super fascinating to see why the bad guys do what they do.
Sure. Everyone loves a villain.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm really excited to see this. So take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you. And what's he then that says, I play the villain? When this advice is free I give, and honest, probable to thinking, and indeed the course to win the more again. For 'tis most easy the inclining Desdemona to subdue in any honest suit. She's framed as fruitful as the free elements. And then for her to win the more, were to renounce his baptism, all seals and symbols of redeemed sin. His soul is so infettered to her love that she may make, unmake, do what she lists, even as your appetite shall play the god with his weak function. How am I then a villain? To counsel Cassio to this parallel course directly to his good? Divinity of hell. When devils will their blackest sins put on, they do suggest at first with heavenly shows. As I do now, for whilst this honest fool plies the Desdemona to restore his fortunes, and she for him pleads strongly to the more, I'll pour this pestilence into his ear, that she repeals him from her body's lust, and by how much she strives to do him good, she shall undo her credit with the more. So will I turn her virtue into pitch, and out of her own goodness make the net that shall enmesh them all. Thank you.
Chilling. That was great. There was a lot of different layers there. And the second that the prop came out, I was like, oh, okay, we got a prop. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Well, great to meet you. And we've only got 2 performances left. And I believe our judges are going to be ready to go very soon. So our second to last performance is going to be by Taylor Preston. Taylor is an emerging artist, a writer, and actress from Toronto. She's going to be streaming from Toronto and will be performing Helena from Midsummer's Night Dream. Taylor, are you there?
Hi.
Hi, Taylor.
Hi, how are you?
Your bio was the most mysterious of them all. Tell me more about yourself.
I'm short and sweet. I'm new to the scene. I've always been passionate about theater, and I grew up loving musical theater, and so took in a few years away from U of T, and I'm coming back, and I'm excited to get involved.
Amazing. Well, I'm very excited. Why do you choose Helena?
Actually, I had it right in front of me when I saw the opportunity. And so I was picking a monologue, and I think that Helena as a character is one that is often played, really comically or really whiny sometimes, but she's really just an insecure young woman who's in love with a guy who's in love with her best friend. And I think so many people have experienced that, and I wanted to bring authenticity to that character.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to see it whenever you're ready.
Thank you so much. How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, folding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is when Cupid painted blind? Nor hath love's mind over any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child? Because in choice he is so oft beguiled, as waggish boys in game themselves falls where, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail so heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for this intelligence, if I have thanks, 'tis a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, have his sight thither and back again.
That was fantastic. I really got what you were saying about Helena with the anxiety and the insecure. I thought it was really beautiful how you handled her. That was great. And I never would have expected the accent, and I never would have known that it wasn't your real accent. So congrats on that. It sounded really good. All right. Well, best of luck, Taylor. Thanks for coming. All right, and we are now at our last act of the night. Our final performer is Muhaddisah. Muhaddisah is delighted that classical pieces are being rejuvenated by Hart House. She's especially eager to see how a contemporary audience engages with this sort of theater, especially when being presented digitally. Aren't we all? The layers of artistry are so exciting, as Muhaddisah says, and I totally agree. She's going to be streaming from New York and is performing Cassius from Julius Caesar. Hi. Muhaddisah, are you there? There you are.
Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited. You're the last up.
Okay, can I blow your mind?
Yes.
So, okay, Catherine, who went earlier, mentioned that she did Brutus in her first year scene study, and I was her Cassius. So it's like we didn't plan this. Like we knew we were both in the show tonight, but neither of us knew the other's monologue, so I'm like shook.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, now I just want to piece them together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I was going to ask you what made you choose this piece, but now I feel like it's kind of clear.
Yeah.
Well, with that, take it away. I'm really excited.
Thanks. I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We both have fed as well, and we both can survive the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now jump in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. And indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, and throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink. I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his back the old Anchises bear, did I, the tired Caesar, and now this man is become a god, and Cassius is but a wretched creature who must bend her body of Caesar carelessly, but not on her. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, and that same eye, whose bend doth awe the world, did lose its luster. Ye gods, it doth amaze me that a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Amazing. You could tell me that was a contemporary monologue and I'd believe you.
Oh!
That was, I really loved what you did with that piece. It was so clear.
Thank you.
What a performance to end off with. All right. Thank you so much. And yeah, best of luck. All right. And that is the end of our performances for the evening. Our judges are going to have a quick deliberation, and we should be back in about 5-ish minutes, I believe. So stay tuned, and then we'll have some winners. And we are back. I hope I'm not the only one who is like really vibing to that waiting music, because I was having a good time here. Well, our judges have deliberated and it is time to bring them onto the stream. So let's get Amaka, Kaitlyn, and Paolo on here. Now, you three had your own little private Zoom where you were watching. How was that?
It was I think we were all kind of inspired and sort of jealous that these wonderful actors were speaking this amazing text. I know I was. I can only speak for myself. I was like, oh, yes.
Yeah,
Alright.
so much courage displayed tonight. Like, yeah, just my kudos, my applause goes out to every single person who submitted and who, you know, performed tonight. Like, yeah, rock on.
Amazing. Well, we're all so honored to have you here, and I'm glad that you enjoyed watching, and I hope it wasn't too hard, but it probably was pretty hard to come up with your deliberation, but you've done it. So just as a reminder for everyone, all of the live performers tonight will be getting a $25 gift card to a place of their choice as a win. So that's great. We love to pay theater artists. We love to everyone here is amazing. They all deserve that. So that's amazing. And what the audience doesn't know is that before we started this stream, you three actually met, and because we got so many amazing submissions, you went through the submissions that did not become finalists, and you picked a winner for the wild card. And that is Selena Liu, who performed Juliet's monologue from Romeo and Juliet. Anything to say about that performance? From any
Yeah,
of you?
sure, I'll go. I was really drawn in to Selena. I found her restrained. Like I could really tell that all of the words that she was saying, like, were a big risk. Like, it cost her a lot to expose these inner workings of her heart. And so there was, like, you know, a great deal of measure. And I just remember, like, every once in a while there would be a little bit of like delight, like a little bit of like, who cares? Like, I could just abandon it all right now. And I think I just remember being like, ooh, there could be a few more moments of those tiny little explosions. But yeah, great work, Selena.
Amazing. Well, huge congrats to Selena, our wild card winner. And now each of the three of you has picked one outstanding live performance. I don't know if you guys have come up with an order that you want to present them in, or if I should just call on you randomly. I should call on you randomly. Let's go with Paolo.
Thanks so much, Sabrina. So I wanted to extend my congratulations to everybody. I echo Amaka and Kaitlyn in saying that I think all three of us were so inspired by everyone's ability to just sort of take a private moment and commit to doing this. It's so inspiring and so amazing to see so many amazing submissions of folks in the privacy of their own spaces committing to putting forth their art in this way across so many different backgrounds and avenues. So it was just really inspiring. We've deliberated, and I am pleased to present Max Levy with one of the three awards for his incredible monologue. I think we were all really taken in by Max's ability to really commit to the moment-to-moment thinking of his piece, and we were really responding to the intimacy with which he was playing and the level of commitment he had in finding such sort of personal connection to the material and bringing that and communicating that forward, especially within the tight confines of the camera. So congratulations, Max. We thought you were awesome, and I am really excited. I hope I get to see your Shylock one day.
Congrats to Max and being the first up, even harder of a spot to fill. So that's amazing. Let's go, Kaitlyn. Who's your pick?
Thanks, Sabrina. So yeah, I just to echo Paolo, classical text is so interesting, and to think that some of these pieces were written thousands of years ago, some of them hundreds of years ago, and that they only continue to be relevant because we bring ourselves to them. And that's what I felt tonight and in this whole process, is getting to know you through classical text. It's such an unintuitive way to get to know someone, but I really did. And I think one of the people I felt like I got to know tonight was Muhaddisah, who did Cassius from Julius Caesar. So Muhaddisah is one of our other winners tonight, and I've heard that speech so many times, and it's a story. Cassius is telling a story, and what I got from that version of it tonight was I got the sense of seduction, of seducing the other conspirators in a way that I've very rarely seen in any Cassius. But of course, how else is Cassius going to win everyone over? And at the same time, I felt like I also saw Cassius drop into this contempt for Caesar. The truth of their feelings came through in this moment that was like, oh God. And then, oh, but wait, we've got to stay seductive. We got to keep on track. And then finally, like this real sense of despair about where this God is taking us. And the specificity of what she offered, that monologue, was totally undeniable. And I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see, the greater production with Catherine as well, the all-female Julius Caesar, and the tent scene with Cassius and Brutus with the two of them, I think would be really, really something. But congratulations, Muhaddisah.
Amazing. So we've got the first performer and the last performer. Amazing. No, it was a really great performance. Thank you so much, Kaitlyn. And now, Amaka, you're our last who gets the last award.
Thank you. Yes, of course, it was so, again, like challenging to pick just three. I know it sounds corny or whatever, but you are all winners. Like the dedication and the commitment and the preparation that you brought to your work is like, it just speaks volumes. Like, I'm going to be thinking about so many of these pieces forever. But my award is going to Elijah Mucciaccio. Well done. Yeah, again, like just incredible conviction. I was so drawn in, and I thought, that kind of delicate, you're doing something absolutely despicable in this moment, but you're being so delicate and so, charming, and really like winning us over to your side. And I go, is that the bad guy? Like, should I be? Are you the villain? I don't know. I thought you really like laid out the question and left it to us to decide in such a clear and innocent way. Also love the prop, dangerous, like I was scared. So yeah, I think, again, well done to everybody, well done to all the winners, and thank you again for all of your work, and thanks for having us. And thank you, Sabrina, you were an amazing host.
Well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, amazing performance from Elijah as well. The prop really got me, and yeah, I totally agree with the villainy, but it was very convincing. Yeah, it was fantastic. Well, thank you to all three of you for your time and for being such amazing panelists. It's been great to get to talk to you, to have you watch this show, and to have your presence here. So thank you so much to the three of you. And I guess with that, that's the end of our show. We want to thank all the performers. You all did so amazing. And to everyone who submitted as well. It was such a hard process to pick the top 10. So everyone, amazing job tonight. And thank you so much to the viewers for watching this. And we hope you all have a great night. All right.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Bye.